tonight, and you want to be careful because it could turn into a health watch problem.
It really could. Yeah, absolutely. Excessive heat could certainly be a problem. So certainly if you could potentially have a problem with the heat, I would go to either a cooling center or a cool place. A mall, a movie theater, always good air conditioning there. As we take you outside this evening, we're taking you to the Santa Monica Pier. Lots of people out and about. A gorgeous day at the beach earlier today. A little bit of fog making its way back into the forecast into the overnight and the morning hours, but we are expecting more sunshine by the time we head into the afternoon. Until then, plenty of, well, sunshine and clear skies into the overnight and morning hours inland, and still looking at several heat warnings in effect as we move through the next couple of days here. We're expecting very, very hot conditions. In fact, more triple-digit heat, very mild to warm to even hot out there right now. You'll see Palmdale, you're at 92, Valencia 75, 69 in downtown, 68 in San Pedro, so a little more mild at the coast. Laguna Beach, you're at 74, and taking you to the IE Riverside, 88 degrees. If you think that sounds warm for now, we'll take a look at how hot we got earlier today. Elsinore, 109. Chino got up to 105. Riverside, 104. Woodland Hills, 103. And Lancaster, the high desert, getting up to a very hot 106 degrees. And it looks like we're going to do it again tomorrow. We'll tell you exactly how hot it's going to get and when we're finally going to get some relief. That's all coming up in just a little bit. Back to you guys.
Can't wait.
Great program.
Really
Isn't that neat?
Love it.
Okay, let's
Evelyn,
talk about
I don't know if you know this, but it's been really hot out.
Well,
Did you know that?
I've always wanted to learn how to fly. But anyways, okay, yes, we can talk about the weather. That's fine.
It's hot today.
That's why you're here, isn't it?
It is. Well, you know, if it wasn't hot, I'd probably be here too.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Right. But yeah, it is really hot
hot.
out. And I'm here to tell you exactly how hot it got earlier today. I'm here to tell you exactly how hot it's going to get later today and when we're finally going to feel some relief out there. So I know a lot of us are complaining about the heat. We can't blame you, especially in spots where we just look up and you might be able to tell that we've got warm weather and calm weather on the way, and that's exactly what we're looking at. In fact, more than just warm, we're looking at several heat warnings in store, triple-digit heat into some of our inland valleys, into the high desert, the mountains as well. Still quite hot up there. In fact, 91 for us in Palmdale right now, 69 in downtown, 68 in San Pedro, and 73. That's for Laguna Beach right now. Earlier today, very hot temperatures, 109 in Elsinore, Woodland Hills, 103, Lancaster, getting up to 106 for the high desert, so very impressive numbers for us today. You'll see earlier today we made it to 85 in downtown, which was also impressive in and of itself because we were a couple degrees above average for this time of year, and keeping things much the same for the next 24 hours, at least for the basin. 60s, 60s, and mid 80s by the time we head into the afternoon hours. Santa Monica, you got up to 74. Anaheim, 89. Palmdale, 105. And Woodland Hills, you got up to about 104. And actually, we are expecting temperatures to continue to warm. Take a look right here. Your forecast showing you a little bit of cloud cover just off the coast. And as we head into the overnight hours, we are expecting to see more of it. So we're waking up to foggy conditions at the coast, but that's not going to get in the way of, well, sunshine and warm temperatures by the late morning and by the afternoon as well. So we will see some high clouds in the forecast tomorrow, but again, not getting in the way of the sunshine and not getting in the way, rather, of the heat. High pressure continuing to hold strong over Southern California, and as a result, well, temperatures like this along the coast, we're talking 70s tomorrow. As we head into the basin, we're talking 80s in the higher elevations, 90s, and even triple digits in the high desert. So this is going to continue to be the case. This was the case yesterday. It's going to be the case again as we head into tomorrow. And eventually, we're getting a little cooler. Want to show you that 5-day forecast really quick here for the valleys and the Inland Empire. Triple digits, eventually getting down to the 90s by the weekend. Rick and Sharon, back to you. It's going to be, well, at least a couple of days before we get there, especially for our inland spots. So we're going to show exactly how hot it got earlier today, how hot it's going to get over the next couple of days, and when it's finally going to cool down. As we get a look outside right now from our, well, Sierra cam, it looks like we are dealing with mostly clear conditions inland, but a little bit of fog approaching the coast. So we are waking up to morning fog, but we are expecting afternoon sunshine. Again, it's mainly just the coast that's expecting to see some of that fog. As we get a look at, well, our excessive heat warning, that's actually going to affect at 11 a.m. and that's 11 o'clock tomorrow, lasting through 7 p.m. through some of our valleys, the mountains, the high desert. It's going to be a scorcher, especially into our inland spots. And yes, we are bracing for triple-digit heat at this point. Temperatures into the 60s, 70s, a few 80s, and these are your numbers right now. These aren't your forecast highs. 82 in Riverside, 88 Palmdale, 67 in downtown, and 66 in San Pedro. So these are the temperatures from earlier today. Elsinore, you took the cake. You are one of the warmest, in fact, the hottest spot for the day. 109, Ontario 103, Riverside 104, Pomona 100, and I do want to address Woodland Hills. We had 103 earlier. The numbers weren't quite official, but now they're official, and they are, well, warm. 107 degrees. Unbelievable for Woodland Hills earlier today. So we were looking at very warm numbers, and again, we're doing it again tomorrow. For the Basin, we got up to 85. That was earlier today. Average is 83. We were a couple degrees above average, and we're staying that way as we head into the next 24 hours. We're talking 60s, more 60s, and by the afternoon, we are in the mid-80s with plenty of sunshine. 74 in Santa Monica, so beach day tomorrow, but remember, fog in the morning with more sunshine by the afternoon. Palmdale 105, and Woodland Hills, we're expecting a high of 104 as we head into the next 24 hours. So very warm numbers there. Remember, we are bracing for a bit of fog, but by the afternoon, you're going to see temperatures are going to start to shoot up, and well, we're going to see plenty of sunshine out there. So let's skip ahead to our 5-day forecast. You're going to see just that as we head into the valleys in the Inland Empire. Triple digits, then flirting with the triple digits by Friday and cooling down a bit as we head into Saturday and Sunday. We will have the rest of your 5-day forecast coming up for the Basin and the coast in just a little bit, so don't go away. Back to you.
All right.
And we're going to have those official digits coming up for you. And of course, when the cool down is going to happen, all in a little bit.
Well, whatever you did today, if you found that you did not find enough relief, got to change up what you do tomorrow.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. Head west.
Yeah.
Because those microclimates are kicking in, so there's still a 30-plus degree difference between some of our inland spots.
Yeah, we saw 47 today.
In the
that was
coast,
amazing.
yeah,
47 degrees difference.
Yep, that's exactly right. We saw some upper
Just
60s
incredible.
at the coast with
Yeah.
numbers like 109, 107 in our inland spots. It's pretty incredible, but that's our climate. That's our forecast pattern for us here in Southern California, especially as we hit the summer months. Again, we do see that difference, especially between the coast and our inland spots, even the Basin as well. It's very warm numbers elsewhere. We're also looking at an excessive heat warning. It's going to kick in rather at 11 o'clock, lasting through 7 o'clock in the evening for a lot of our valley locations, the high desert, the mountains as well. So again, very, very warm numbers, expecting triple-digit heat yet again. Temperatures right now into the 60s, 70s, 80s, 87 in Palmdale, 77 in Valencia, 67 in downtown, and Riverside. You're getting up to, well, you are at 82 degrees earlier today. We got up to 85 degrees. There we go for downtown. Average is 83. We were a couple degrees below average, and over the next 24 hours, we're expecting 60s, more 60s, and by the afternoon, we are in the mid-80s for downtown. So that's technically a couple degrees, again, above average. Highs tomorrow look like this: Santa Monica 74, Palmdale 105, Riverside 100 degrees, and Woodland Hills, you're getting up to 104. So some spots technically cooler than today, and some spots maybe even a little warmer. So it looks like the Basin's going to warm up eventually, and then some of our inland spots are going to get just a little bit of relief. Into the overnight hours, we are expecting a bit of fog at the coast, continuing to move in through the 4 o'clock hour. By 6:45 tomorrow morning, just some patchy fog along the coast, and by 9 o'clock or so in the morning, we're just looking again at patchy cloud cover and maybe a little bit of high cloud cover, but that's not really getting in the way of any sort of sunshine tomorrow, and of course, not getting in the way of the heat. For the valleys in the Inland Empire, triple digits for the next couple of days, flirting with 100 by Friday, and then by Saturday and Sunday, cooler, but still not cool. We're still in the 90s by the time we hit the weekend. And getting a look at one more 5-day forecast for you for the Basin and for Orange County. Mid-80s turning to upper 80s, eventually turning to low 80s by the weekend. Lena and Sylvia, back to you. That's exactly right, Rick. We are expecting excessive heat warnings and more triple-digit heat in the forecast as we head into the next 24 hours. As we get a look outside right now, overlooking the Basin from our, well, Mount Wilson camera, you're going to see mostly clear conditions and very mild conditions out there. A little bit of patchy cloud cover along the coast. That will continue to be the case through the morning hours. And other than that, well, the heat warnings. We've got excessive heat warnings in effect from 11 a.m. lasting through 7 p.m. tomorrow for many of our valley locations and many of our, well, higher elevations as well, the mountains and the high desert. Temperatures right now into the 60s and 70s, and earlier today, triple digits all over the place. We're going to have more on what we can expect over the next couple of days coming up. Back to you.
All right, from the beach.
And we're expecting more triple-digit heat. What to expect and when will it end? All coming up. I actually happen to like it.
Do you?
I do. I like the heat.
Yeah.
I do like the heat. But of course, we've got to be careful because there are health issues associated with very hot weather. So stay inside if you are sensitive to the heat. And of course, fire weather, that's certainly always a concern when it comes to very hot weather as well. So some of you may enjoy it, some of you may not, but we are expecting some relief soon if that's good news. And we'll show you one coming up in just a little bit. But we are taking you outside right now, getting a look at downtown, mostly clear conditions, maybe a little bit of patchy fog into the morning hours at the coast, but for the most part, lots of sunshine, very warm. In fact, above average temperatures. We made it to the triple digits earlier today. Inland, the basin made it to 85, downtown at 85, average is 83. Also worth a mention, since it's still very hot tomorrow, we're looking at excessive heat warnings going into effect at 11 a.m. for some of our valleys, mountains, high desert, staying in effect through 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Over the next 24 hours, we're going to the 60s, more 60s by the morning hours, sunshine and mid 80s by the afternoon. Downtown, you're getting up to 85, Santa Monica 74, Palmdale getting up to 105, 100 for Riverside and Woodland Hills. You're getting up to 104 by the time, we hit tomorrow afternoon. Technically a couple degrees cooler than today in some spots, but still hot. Really, when we're in the triple digits, it is hot out there. As we get a look at Futurecast, looks like most of the fog's going to stay offshore, maybe a few high clouds streaming into the morning hours. Also worth a mention, there's a little bit of monsoonal moisture headed our way, so we could maybe see an isolated thunderstorm or shower in the higher elevations. But other than that, we're looking at clear conditions and, of course, very warm temperatures. We promised you that beach forecast. Want to give it to you. You're going to see right here. Well, for the basin in Orange County, we're looking at 80s, turning into upper 80s, eventually in the lower 80s by the weekend. It's a little cooler by the weekend as low pressure moves in and high pressure starts to move out. There we go, the coast. Sunshine tomorrow, calling it a beach day, 70s, mid 70s by Thursday, a few clouds by Friday, warm but a little cooler by the time we hit the second part of your weekend. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
All right. It's on the way.
It sure is. Yes, that's exactly right, Pat. We're looking at heat warnings actually in effect as we head into tomorrow. Excessive heat warnings kicking in at 11 o'clock, lasting through 7 p.m. Expecting more triple-digit heat in the forecast as we head into tomorrow. Earlier today, Elsinore took the cake at 109. Ontario, you got up to 103. Pomona, 100 degrees. You hit the century mark. In Woodland Hills, your official forecast high for the day, 107 degrees. So we're looking at more temperatures like these coming up. So we're going to have that forecast. And when we're finally going to see some relief coming up. Back to you.
You know, we'll take it.
I know, going from like 106 to 104.
Oh, yeah.
How's that?
Yeah.
Bring it, F.
Way cooler, right? It will eventually get cooler. And we're going to tell you exactly when coming up in just a minute. But first, we're going to show you how hot it's going to get over the next couple of days. Taking you outside right now, well, from our Mount Wilson camera, we're overlooking the basin, overlooking downtown, where it's clear, where it's mild as well. In fact, right here at the Broadcast Center in Studio City, we're currently at 65, expecting to get much hotter tomorrow, especially into our inland valleys, the high desert, the mountains as well. And with that, we're looking at several heat warnings in store. Actually kicking in at 11 a.m., lasting through 7 p.m. tomorrow. You're going to see temperatures from earlier today, very hot, 109 in Elsinore, Riverside 104, Pomona 100, Woodland Hills. You got up to a very toasty 107, and we're going to get close as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures 60s, 70s, and 80s out there right now. 76 in Riverside, 86 in Palmdale, 64 in San Pedro, and earlier today downtown, you made it to 85. So you were a couple degrees above average. We're going to continue to keep temperatures above average over the next 24 hours. And by tomorrow afternoon, we're expecting to see temperatures into the 70s, the 80s. We'll see some 90s. And yes, we're going to do triple digits all over again. Palmdale, 105, Riverside, 100 in Woodland Hills. You're getting up to a very warm 104 for tomorrow. So your 5-day forecast showing you 80s, eventually going down to the low 80s by the weekend. So that's when we're expecting to see some relief. Won't notice a big difference there, but the valleys going from triple digits to the mid-90s. Of course, mid-90s not cool, but you will feel a difference. Again, going from 104 to about 95 by the end of the weekend. Mid-70s at the coast, cooling down a few degrees by the end of the week, and the weekend getting down into the low 70s. But for now, beach day, nothing but sunshine tomorrow and very warm temperatures. But if you want to cool down, I would say head west. Pat and Paul, back to you.
Very good advice. Just stay in that one
Yeah,
end.
probably could just give it to
Everybody
somebody,
just-
right?
You just have to lean a little bit, but we'll have fun tonight.
And everything will be all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, that was pretty good. Thanks for leaning on us at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, David Letterman's up next.
See you back here.